welcome to Earth's Healings. Thank you for visiting our channel. Today we're going to be talking about different kinds of smoke, I guess it would be, right? We're going to be talking about incense, smudges, and resins. We find that a lot of people that come into our shop aren't quite sure how to use these three different products. So we want to show you how to use them and give you a little explanation on each, so you could decide which one works best for you. We're going to start out with incense.
I guess it's the most common form of smoke. It's just simple to use. You light it and it gives you the essence or the scent of whatever you buy. We have frankincense and myrrh here, which is very common. It's very popular. Patchouli and lavender, which is another common one, very popular. It does have the properties of the plant or herb, so it's probably what you're going to find most anywhere, and it's the most popular, most commonly used. People are very familiar with it.
Would you say it has the properties of the scent, or does it actually have like frankincense in there, or is it just a scent?
I'm not sure. I think it really largely depends on where you're getting your incense from. There are more, there are simple ones like this. There are some that are like dyed red, and that's not really natural.
Right. Yeah,
there are other ones that you can see where it's like more hand dipped and so on and so forth. So I believe it depends a lot on the quality, where you're getting your incense from. If that's really important to you, then you want to know where that comes from.
Right. Well, nonetheless, I personally use it just for the scent of it. I think it's very relaxing. When I meditate, the scent is very relaxing. It's always a good backup to like smudging or anything like that. Backup as far as like the smell. Like if you're burning sage and you don't want it to smell that strong, you could always light a stick of incense afterwards, and I think it'll make it smell a lot better. So that's how I personally use it, and that's my personal opinion about incense. Do you agree, or do you use it differently? Do you have a different like?
I like to use it more to set the mood.
Okay.
If I don't have time for a full ritual, if I'm meditating a quick 15 minutes, I might like a lavender or frankincense and myrrh to set the mood. If I'm looking for the true properties of a resin or a plant or an herb, I would not turn to incense.
Right.
That's just me. I feel like.
So like me, you wouldn't use it for like cleansing or smudging?
No, I probably would not.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I would turn to. I would turn to it to set a mood, to maybe clear a space a little bit, but not really. I think I would go more with something more natural.
Okay. Now we're going to move on to actual like smudging, which is...
Smudging is clearing the negative or stagnant energy from a space. You can smudge anything from your cubicle, if you can, and to your space, a bedroom, a home, a car. You can smudge an object. So and it's always done for the same purpose, which is to clear the negative energy, stagnant energy, or just to cleanse it if you get something secondhand, just to cleanse it and give it a clean slate and now make it your own.
Smudging is basically burning any herb and using the smoke to clear negative energy or stagnant energy out of anywhere. So using the smoke from a burning herb. There are certain herbs that lend themselves a little more to that. So like I wouldn't burn like basil or parsley or anything like that.
Right.
So there are certain herbs that cater more to clearing spaces because of their properties, right? So we have a lot of the popular ones we carry here. We have sage, which of course is the most popular. We have all different blends. I suggest that if you use sage all the time, always change it up a little bit. Change it up to either mugwort, rosemary, lavender, because there are some energies that grow like some kind of immunity to that. And if you have some stubborn energies that are, that don't want to leave, they're hiding, and maybe when you smudge, you forget to smudge a certain place, and that's where it stays. But when you switch it up, it kind of like pushes everything out. So always, I suggest that, every so often, like if sage is your preference, every 3 months or so, switch it up to patchouli or lavender.
Or a blend of sage with something.
Right, which is what we carry. Many different blends. We have a blend of sage with Palo Santo. We have sage mixed with lavender. We have sage mixed with rosemary. We also sell pine. We sell cedar, mugwort. So these are all the options that you have. Don't limit yourself to sage.
Yeah.
Sage is wonderful, and if you can't get your hands on anything else, by all means use sage, and it does the job. But like I said, change it up every now and then. Here we have a couple of different ones that when we're done, like telling you what everything is, we're going to show you samples of how to burn it, because that's another thing that I find that people have a lot of trouble with. How to burn, how to use these herbs. Now, lastly, we're going to discuss what is this? Resin. Resin is it is like amazing. I love resin. It's very direct. It's very pure. It's the purest form of cleansing, of smudging. Excuse me. That you could probably use. A lot of people don't know how to use it, so we're going to show you that. Resin. This is frankincense. We'll show it to you closer later. And this is a resin, and it looks kind of like this.
It just looks like stale breadcrumbs.
Yeah, maybe little tiny balls of wax.
Yeah, it's hard.
It smells amazing.
Yeah, it does. Frankincense is wonderful, and it's got so many healing properties, and it's wonderful. And to have it in a resin form directly and burn it like this without any blend or process or anything it's a wonderful thing.
Right.
Resins are just what the tree excretes. So some of the tree, like if you're familiar, if it excretes, it's the sap. That's what it is. Certain trees excrete the frankincense, the myrrh. There's copal. There's so many other type of resins, but that's what it is. It's excretions directly from the tree.
Right. So it kind of like comes out of the tree, and they kind of like break it off into little chips, and that's exactly what this is. So this is very pure. This is very good. It's excellent to have, and it smells amazing, and it goes such a long way. You just take 1 or 2 little kernels, and it'll smoke up your whole room.
Yeah.
So it's definitely very good to have around. And again, I'm going to show you how to burn that.
Please be careful of any fallen embers from your smudge sticks. When you burn the resin, it's going to be hot, so you want a plate,
Heat-safe
surface, heat-safe bowl, plate, whatever you're going to use, and just be very mindful of that.
Okay, so now we're going to start showing you, demonstrating how to how to work with all these different smudges or smokes. We're gonna do incense first. Incense sticks. You just light them. You kind of let it.
So I'm twisting it, and when it's lit, you kind of wait. So you see a little bit of orange on the stick,
Oh, the
a
sparkles
little bit of
coming out.
ember. And then I'm getting a little bit of orange now at the tip, and then blow.
Gently, and it should stay lit orange like that, and that's it. You're good to go.
Yeah.
And make sure that you have a safe place to burn your incense. The ashes are going to fall. Some of the ashes might be lit, so you always want to, again, a safe surface and a safe place for the ashes to fall. We're going to work on the smudges. So here, as you can see, this is a heat safe. What is this, soapstone plate?
Soapstone, yeah.
I'm sorry, it's not heat safe because it gets very hot, so that's why I put it on this plate. So we recommend that you put it either like on tile, know, if you want to keep it in your bathroom, maybe on the back of the toilet where it's like
while it's burning, do not pick it up like that.
It gets
Don't do
hot.
that.
So here I have loose sage actually, and loose sage. You could get one of these sticks and kind of crumble it up, and it'll create loose sage. So when you have something like this, you would just light it up, as so, and it starts smoking. And this is nice when you, probably not when you're cleansing, but if you're meditating or something, this is not the way to cleanse your home. So, because this is just going to create enough smoke for a small area, maybe like, you know, 10-foot radius or something like that.
This is nice to do like if like after dinner or before dinner to clear the area so that the family has a nice cleansed energy space to
So you
share.
just put that on there and see it comes out very slowly through the little holes, through the openings, and it'll create a nice little scent very gently. And here is pure sage. Here you
the
can show them
traditional sage. This is a big wand, but they do come smaller. This will last you too. So what you want to do is just light it, I guess like you would a cigarette or a cigar, and just again roll it around. Make sure you get the whole top surface, as so.
So you have to remember that this lighter is still like a bit defective.
Yeah, so it's going to smoke like that, and you want to go more around, go around the surface a little bit more to get an even burn, and it'll last a little longer that way. And you can turn it.
Yeah, and again, once it's in flames like this, please be very careful. You know, be careful of heat.
And if you hold it like this,
yeah,
it'll die down. Once the flame dies down,
the smoke, it really starts to smoke.
yeah.
So then you want to put it, you either want to take this and go throughout your home, be very careful, and take a feather and kind of put it, you know, so it goes into every corner and every nook and cranny of your home. And that's how you burn it. It should be looking like this, not in flames when you when you're burning it. If you want to put it out, you could just take a plate, which is why I have this plate here. You just kind of take a plate and put it over it. Usually this fits inside, but you'll put it over it like that, and it'll put anything out. Or so that's how you burn sage, or patchouli, or any of these smudges. That's how you burn any herb. Now with resins, I recommend, a lot of people just light it directly, which isn't, for me it doesn't stay lit long enough. I wonder if we could put this out. It doesn't stay lit long enough, so I recommend charcoal. This is when you're charcoal. This is charcoal. Charcoal tabs come in very handy. They keep everything lit, so things that tend to go out and stop smoking, the charcoal just keeps it going. So that's why I use this with the resins. Now, this charcoal tab is awfully big. This can probably burn long enough and cause enough smoke for a mansion. So what you want to do, this is what I do, it's up to you. I crack it in half, and this way also your charcoal lasts a lot longer. So you take this half, and let me grab the lighter. You take this half, and just like you would with the incense, you light it. This lights right away because it's got, please be very careful.
Careful with those little sparks that are going.
Once it's sparkling like this, it's lit. So you kind of put it down and you let it sit there, and it's already lit. It's getting hot. This is going to work amazingly. Okay, so normally it gets so hot it's white. So you don't have to wait till it's white. You could just like start, because right now it is burning. I don't know if you could see that it has like a little bit of red there, but let me scoot this to the middle so that you can see it. See it sparkling? That means it's lit. So what you take is, again, like I said, this is resin. This is frankincense particularly. You're only going to take maybe 2 or 3 little kernels, and you're going to put it on there. Now these few kernels. I'm just going to put 3. I'm just putting 3 little kernels there because it lasts. It'll smoke up a lot. You'll see.
So you just place them on top of the tablet.
Very carefully place them on top. Do not burn yourself, please.
Some people like to use tongs. If you prefer that's an
Right
option.
there. You see how the charcoal's getting white there? That's because it's getting white hot. And you see how the resin is starting to smoke? And that's how you do it. And that's an awful lot of smoke for 3 little kernels. And it's starting to smell amazing, I tell you.
And it'll last.
Yeah.
Oh, it smells so awesome.
It smells amazing. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel and like this video below, please. And any comments are always welcome. If you have any questions, leave it below in the comments, and we will get back to you and let you know anything that you might want to know. All right? Great. Thank you for visiting us. Namaste.
Thank you. See you next time.